Let's get back to the Bills, who just another, gut punch kind of loss for Josh Allen in the playoffs. Yeah. Bo Nix, the top fantasy scorer in this one, who broke his ankle and is now out for the playoffs, which is so many bizarre storylines from this game. Marvin Mims, the second highest fantasy scorer with 23.3 points. But of course, the talking point in this game is around Josh Allen, who was very emotional after this loss.
It's extremely difficult. I feel like I let my teammates down tonight. I just missed opportunities throughout the game. It's been a long season. I hate how it ended, and it's going to stick with me for a long time.
4 turnovers in this one. One of them maybe the most controversial call of the NFL season.
I don't get it. And I posted a picture of Brandon Cooks and Davante Adams. The
like screenshots?
Yeah, screenshots. And I said, make it make sense to me. And I shout out to the Denver Broncos fans because they are very much online and constantly looking for this because like my comments were flooded like, well, one was a catch and one wasn't. It's very obvious. Like, apparently you don't know ball. Stick to fantasy football, nerd. All the tropes came out there, and they were like, oh, it was clearly moving and I'm like, no, it was not clearly moving. Like, to me, Cooks catches the ball, knee down, and then he gets touched. At which point he should be down by contact, right? And then he falls on the ground, and then you're taking it away, and and then people are saying like, well, people are arguing. This is the argument that Davante Adams made a football move, then was down, and then down by contact, so the play's over. Whereas the ball was still moving with Cooks. He didn't complete the catch. That's the most coherent argument in my mentions here as well. I don't know. In real time, bang bang. He clearly. McMillan doesn't get the Denver defender does not get his hands on the ball until Cooks has the ball and has a knee down. Like, I feel like that's indisputable. And so I guess the argument is that Cooks didn't have full possession, but Richard Sherman, who's just like, now I'm talking with Devin McCourty, obviously, another like defensive back, and they're all like, Sherman said this publicly, and Devin said this somewhat as well, but Sherman was basically like, even we know that I'm always going to root for the defensive guy. I'm paraphrasing here, but basically, Ty goes to the receiver.
He said he's never seen it go that way.
Yeah.
Because people then started to attack him, and he's like, I have no dog in this fight. I'm just saying as a defender, I've never seen it go that way. I think defenders are coached where, you're not going to get that benefit of the doubt. My counter to this, and love or hate the call, and there's a lot of reasons to not like the call, especially the process of the call.
Yeah.
I thought, and they would never end a playoff game this way, I thought it was a holding for a safety on the drive in the end zone. Wrapped around the pass rusher's head, Josh Allen standing in the end zone.
Yep.
In a regular season game, that's a safety. But could you imagine if this game ended on a walk-off safety? But it was.
Right.
So it's like, at the end of the day.
And that's, by the way, some of the Broncos fans have pointed that out. Yeah, well, how about this? And I get it. But by the way, there were missed calls on both.
That's the point. Should have been interference, I believe, earlier. Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. The point is, it's just, I called it a bumpy ride.
Yeah.
This whole thing was a very bumpy ride.
It was just very frustrating because Brandon Cooks, in another play, he clearly gets his armed grab, and they don't call pass interference on that. But then they call 2 PIs down the stretch after that interception, after the controversial interception of Josh Allen, the Brandon Cooks play. There's 2 PIs on the following drive that get them down there. Now, Bosa, that was clearly,
you can't do that.
You can't do that. That was dumb play. Dumb play. But still, it's just you've called it one way all game, and then to suddenly call it differently on 2 drives, I don't know, man. It just that. And I think McDermott's point in his last press conference as Bills head coach was absolutely right. At least take a look at it.
He didn't like the process.
Walt Anderson, his quote after the game, Walt Anderson, who's communicates for the officials, said that they wanted to keep the flow of the game going.
That's not the time.
Come on,
it's not
dude.
the time.
Too much is at stake. Literally, jobs are at stake.
Yeah.
Playoff, the stakes are way too high. It was just awful. And I saw this again. No one ever roots for injury. Awful break of Bo Nix. who breaks his ankle.
Yeah, drinks free today, by
He
the
does, in fact, drink for free. Because that's a shame. You lead your team to the AFC Championship game, and you don't get to play. You break your, and it's super weird because it's all of a sudden like, wait, what?
Well, it's
like,
kind of remarkable that he was just out there on a broken ankle.
And no one knew.
It did not happen when he was celebrating for the world out there. No, this happened during the game.
I know.
But he truly probably didn't know until the full X-rays.
No, he didn't. But I've seen some people say that's a ball don't lie moment. Again, never rooting for injury, not trying to make fun of the injury at all. Yeah. But I just think that is a comment that is. I hear you. I'm just saying that is the sentiment from Bills fans. All the Broncos fans are like, they're clearly different plays than Devontae Adams.
What are you doing here?
And all the Bills fans are like, well, ball don't lie. That's why that happened. I don't know about that. What's a shame though, it was an awesome game. There's back and forth, and you hate that. Bo Nix had some brilliant plays. Josh Allen, it was a sloppy game, but still it was a very fun game back and forth. It's a really entertaining game, and all people are talking about out of this game is not, oh my God, Bo Nix in his second year made an AFC Championship, just like Drake May, just like, Caleb Williams in his second year makes it to the divisional round and has to go to overtime. Jaden Daniels last year made it to the NFC Championship game. What an amazing draft class. Not talking about the fact that the Broncos in their, reclamation project under Sean Payton are now playing for a shot at going to the Super Bowl, and Sean Payton can join the very small list of coaches that have taken two different teams to the Super Bowl. Instead of talking about any of that, we're talking about this terrible play and a couple of bad pass interference, and yes, and the missed safety call, and and that part sucks. I don't know that there's more. We did a lot on the Bills. The last two things I want to mention here quickly on the Broncos. Pat Bryant leaves this game with a concussion. Troy Franklin leaves with a hamstring injury.
Like flies.
So the Broncos already shorthanded at quarterback. Now, Jarrett Stidham may be out there with just a couple of guys. I know people are saying like the Mims touchdown, the ball seemed to be moving a little bit as well, and just tough. You hate to see that. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.